JBN, we keep you informed. I am Michelle Jones, and in the news, 3 killed in Spanish Town in 24 hours. An unidentified male was shot and killed in the vicinity of a train line near the Jonathan Grant High School on Salt Pond Road on Sunday. The latest incident brings to 3 the number of homicides in Spanish Town, St. Catherine within a 24-hour period. About 7 p.m. on Saturday, December 4, Percy Wheeler, otherwise called Bolo, a 51-year-old mason of Banana Lake in Lakespen, and 47-year-old Vinette Miller, a janitor of Quarry Hill, also in Lakespen, were fatally shot by unknown assailants. Police reports are that explosions were heard, and Wheeler and Miller were found suffering from gunshot wounds. They succumbed to their injuries. It was unclear if the incidents were related. Checks with the Spanish Town Police revealed that the security forces have stepped up operations to quell the rise in violence. Construction worker held with 2 firearms. A construction worker from Kingston was arrested on Sunday after 2 firearms were discovered in his waistband. Reports are that about 5:30 p.m., a team was on patrol in the Akiwa community of St. Andrew when they observed a man, identified as Nicholas Young Monroe, running into a yard. The team reportedly chased Monroe and accosted him. The police said he was told to put up his hand, and when he complied, a silver gun fell from his waistband. He was searched, and a black Taurus 9mm pistol was also recovered from the front of his waistband. The police said the firearms were a silver Beretta 9mm pistol with a magazine loaded with 14 live 9mm cartridges and 1 live 9mm round in the breech, and a black Taurus 9mm pistol with a magazine loaded with 16 live 9mm cartridges and 1 live round in the breech. The police are also reporting that a Browning 9mm pistol and 18 rounds of ammunition was seized during a snap raid along Oliver Road, Kingston 2 on Monday. Reports from the Elliston Road Police are that about 9 a.m. a yard was searched, which resulted in the illegal weapon and the ammunition found in a chicken coop. A man was taken into custody in relation to the find. Kingston man arrested after robbing 2 homes in Portmore. A 36-year-old Kingston man was on Friday arrested after he reportedly broke into 2 houses in Portmore, St. Catherine, and stole several electronic devices. Emmanuel Sibley's of New Haven, St. Andrew, has been charged with 2 counts of larceny. Reports are that sometime before 4:30 a.m., Sibley's reportedly broke into the houses and took several devices. The victims alerted the cops, and Sibley's was arrested in the New Haven area of St. Andrew less than an hour after the theft. The police said that 3 laptops and 2 cellular phones were stolen from the houses in Portmore, and other items were recovered. Law enforcers are once again imploring citizens to be vigilant, especially during this Yuletide season. They are urging citizens to report all suspicious persons and activities to the police, ensure that homes and businesses are properly secured, and use electronic devices to assist with monitoring of assets where possible. St. Andrew woman charged for fatal stabbing. A woman has been charged by the Kingston Central Police of the murder of 31-year-old Keon Boyd, who died after being stabbed in a fight along Princess Street in Kingston. Charged is 42-year-old Tamara Lewis, otherwise called Tammy, of Greenvale Road, 9 miles, Bull Bay, St. Andrew. The police report that Lewis and Boyd had been having a prolonged series of disputes stemming from a shared partner. According to the police, about 1 p.m. on Friday, both women ran into each other along Princess Street and engaged in a fight, during which Lewis used the scissors to stab Boyd in the chest. She was taken to hospital where she was pronounced dead. Lewis was subsequently arrested and later charged. American nabbed in drug bust at Sangster Airport. An American has been taken into custody following a drug seizure at the Sangster International Airport in Montego Bay, St. James on Saturday. According to reports, the woman was about to board a flight to Charlotte in the United States when the narcotics police searched her luggage and found a white substance resembling cocaine in a secret compartment. She was taken into custody. The drug reportedly weighed 4.25 pounds and has an estimated street value of $96,500. Her name is being withheld pending a formal interview in the presence of her attorney. Cop killer caught with gun hidden in crotch loses appeal. A convicted cop killer who was allegedly nabbed by the police while hiding in a truck with the same gun used in the shooting tucked in his crotch, along with rounds of ammunition, lost his appeal against his conviction and life sentence for that 2012 murder last week. The man, Anthony Brown, was in 2018 convicted by a judge and jury on an indictment charging him with 2 counts of illegal possession of firearm, 1 count of illegal possession of ammunition, and 1 count of murder, and ordered to serve 29 years before he becomes eligible for parole. According to the facts of the case, unveiled during the trial, Detective Corporal Ransford Durant was shot and killed on the morning of December 17, 2012, shortly after he entered a shop in Windsor Heights, St. Anne. On the morning of the shooting, 1 spent 9mm cartridge casing was recovered from the shop by a personnel from the Constabulary's Technical Services Division, Scenes of Crime. This spent casing was parceled, labeled, and taken to the Institute of Forensic Science and Legal Medicine, IFSLM, for ballistic testing. His killer or killers remained at large until January 3, 2013, about 12:30 a.m., when detectives from the Spanish Town Criminal Investigations Branch, acting on information, went to the vicinity of the Angels Plaza and signaled a motor truck to stop. The rear of the truck, which was laden with goods and partially covered by a tarpaulin, was searched, and Brown and another man, his co-accused, were found. They were ordered from the truck, and a search of Brown revealed a gun with a magazine containing 5 rounds of ammunition hidden in the region of his groin. Those items were submitted for ballistic testing. An expert attached to the IFSLM testified during the trial that there was a ballistics match between the firearm recovered from the appellant and the spent casing recovered from the shop in Windsor Heights. An eyewitness who testified during the trial also placed Brown at the scene of the crime on the day. Brown, during the trial, disputed the police's account that he had been found with a gun in his possession. The defense, in appealing the 2018 ruling, argued, among other things, that the prosecution witness had identified the wrong person. The Crown had failed to present any concrete evidence to link the defendant to the crime, and that the sentence was manifestly excessive. Further, the defense said the trial judge had failed to give adequate instruction to the jury regarding what it said was inconsistent and contradictory testimonies from Crown witnesses, and that Brown was wrongfully convicted for a crime that he knew nothing about and could not have committed. In the judgment handed down last week, the appeal court said, "Our perusal of the transcripts revealed that the learned judge not only gave adequate directions on inconsistencies, but also pointed out several for the jury's consideration. In the meantime, the court said, in light of the circumstances and bearing in mind principles in case law, in reviewing the sentence imposed by the judge, it would reduce the starting point from 35 years to 33 years. According to the court, the judge in this case chose 35 years as the starting point, which is within the normal range of periods of sentences ordered to be served before parole eligibility for murder. The judge then deducted the time spent by the appellant in custody awaiting trial, but did not demonstrate that he had considered the mitigating and aggravating factors relevant to Brown. In carrying out that exercise, the court, in noting that the aggravating factors would be that Brown had 4 previous convictions and that he committed these offences after escaping custody, said it would increase the period to be served before parole eligibility to 39 years. For the mitigating factors, would subtract 4 years, making the period 35 years. This would be further reduced by the time spent in custody, which was almost 6 years. The appellant would therefore have to serve 29 years. In light of the above, we are of the view that the stipulation that the appellant should serve 29 years before being eligible for parole is not manifestly excessive, it stated. Pointing out that the sentences imposed on the other counts were not challenged, the appeal court, in noting that it unhesitatingly endorsed that position, ordered the appeal against conviction and sentence dismissed, the convictions and sentences affirmed, and that the sentences are reckoned to have commenced on November 16, 2018. A December 2012 report in the media said the off-duty detective corporal, who was assigned to the St. James Division but lived in St. Anne, was reportedly taking groceries to the home where his child lived when he was ambushed, just meters away from the dwelling. He was not armed. "They bagged them there about panic ground," said one of the residents who gathered on the scene at the time. "A good policeman that. Me don't know why them there want to kill him," another added. Jamaica reported 67 new COVID-19 cases, no deaths in the last 24 hours. Jamaica on Sunday reported 67 new cases of COVID-19. This brings the total number of confirmed cases recorded on the island since the start of the pandemic to 91,536. No deaths are reported in the last 24 hours. Of the newly reported cases, there were 46 females and 21 males with ages ranging from 1 day to 92 years. The cases were recorded in St. Anne 16, St. James 13, Kingston and St. Andrew 11, Hanover and St. Catherine 6 each, Westmoreland 5, St. Thomas and Portland 3 each, Clarendon, Manchester, Trelawney, and St. Mary 1 each. The country also recorded 154 new recoveries, bringing the total number of recoveries to 63,096. Currently, 137 people are hospitalized, 14 of which are severely ill, while 10 are critically ill and 20 are moderately ill. JBN, we keep you informed. Please remember to subscribe, like, share, leave us a comment, and click the notification bell to receive our daily news items.